So when I was a junior in high school, I decided to take AP World History. The teacher for this class was super interesting. He would find out of the box ways to give us lessons all the time, and he was one of my all-time favorite teachers. He had made a graph of the world population starting from like 200,000 years ago to current times that would wrap around his classroom so that you could see the boom of the Industrial Revolution and how it made our population go crazy. He also won Teacher of the Year for the state of Maryland. He slayed. I literally never knew that a teacher could make world history so fun and interesting. So one day he walks into class and you can tell his demeanor is like concerned or something. And he kind of sighs and he says, I had a whole lesson planned for today, but what I was listening to on the radio while driving to school, I think I want to scrap the lesson for today and just talk about this and maybe try to turn this into a lesson of some sort. And we're all intrigued, like, what's going on? This is so weird. Nothing like this has ever happened. He tells us that he was listening to the radio. For some reason, they're noticing huge spikes of AIDS cases all over America, like showing up in numbers that are just too big to explain. Back in the 80s, when the AIDS epidemic was happening, the US government told us, American citizens, that condoms would stop the spread of AIDS. Well, it turns out that it actually just put AIDS in a dormant state within our bodies. Meaning, all of our parents probably had AIDS, because if you've ever made love with anybody before, you probably have it, or you have it from your parents. It's in all of us, basically. This is kind of like shocking all of us. We're all thinking, yeah, we have AIDS. Everyone's kind of looking at each other concerned, but no one has their phone out. None of us can like fact check this. So he goes on, how does this affect your trust with your government, knowing that they lied to all of us? We had a group class discussion. What the US told us at that time basically just put a band-aid on this issue instead of actually fixing it, and it hurt the trust a lot of the American people. We talk about how this is going to affect the economy. We go into it all. And then he looks at us. I've been lying to you guys this entire time. None of that is true. He also says, remember how I told you guys never to trust good speakers? This is why. We can manipulate you. He does this every single year, and to not spoil it for the next class. And that one year, a girl ran out of the classroom crying. I feel like that's such an unhinged thing to do as a teacher. And that's how my teacher convinced our whole class that we had AIDS.